Hello and welcome back everyone. This is Doc Ed Padama and this time we are going to discuss the first part of the Iliad and the Odyssey. The Iliad covers the story of the Trojan War while the Odyssey covers the adventure of King Odysseus before he was able to get back to his kingdom Ithaca. So this is an epic poems of Homer, which is characterized and described as a blind poet. Our characters are divided into two groups, the Trojans and the Greeks. So the old name of Troy is Ilium, and because of this, we have the title the Iliad, taken from the old name of Troy. Okay, so this refers to the War of Troy, or what is known or popularly known as the Trojan War. So under the Trojans group of characters, you have King Priam, which is the king of Troy. You have the princess Hector, the older prince, and then the younger prince, you have Prince Paris, and then you have Helen, the wife of Menelaus, which is now in Troy. So she is now known as Helen of Troy, but originally she was the wife of Menelaus and was known as Helen of Sparta. Briseis is the priestess of Apollo, cousin of Hector and Paris. And then on the group of the Greeks, you have the following characters. You have Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae. Mycenae or Mycenae. Okay, so this is the kingdom of Agamemnon. Menelaus, the king of Sparta. And then Menelaus is also the husband of Helen. Achilles is Greek's best warrior. Okay, Patroclus is the childhood friend of Achilles. Odysseus is the king of Ithaca, and Ajax is the second to Achilles in terms of strength and bravery. So all of these characters will play a very crucial role in the discussion of this summary of the Iliad of Homer. So let's start the discussion with the following. So Menelaus asks help from his brother Agamemnon because of the event where Paris took Helen during their peace mission and returned Helen to Troy to retrieve his wife from Troy. Okay, again, Menelaus asked help from his brother Agamemnon to retrieve his wife from Troy. Agamemnon, who is hungry for power and domination, saw this as an opportunity to invade Troy and to extend his territory. Okay, Agamemnon now calls on the countries who swore allegiance and alliance with him and invades Troy. Okay, this included the alliance with Agamemnon included the following. So you have Achilles, you have Ajax, and Odysseus, the king of Ithaca. The temple of Apollo was the first one to be conquered by Achilles during this particular war when the army of Agamemnon landed in the kingdom of Troy. So near the beach of Troy was the temple of Apollo, and this was conquered by Achilles and his warriors. Okay, within the temple resides Briseis, the priestess of the temple of Apollo. She was captured and Achilles claimed her as the spoils of war. Spoils of war refers to a trophy or reward taken or given to a warrior when the warrior conquers an area or a location. This particular instance caused a dispute between Agamemnon and Achilles because Agamemnon also wanted Briseis for his own. Agamemnon claimed Briseis and this offended Achilles. So since Achilles was just a warrior in this particular war and Agamemnon was the initiator of this war and is classified and known as the leader of this particular war, Achilles was not able to do anything but to follow the uh, follow the orders of King Agamemnon. Achilles refused because of this. Agamemnon claimed Briseis, and this offended Achilles. And because of this, Achilles refused to fight the war and leaves the battle. Agamemnon tries to take the wall of Troy. And during this particular course, Menelaus challenges Paris to a duel. So they made this agreement that if any one of them wins, they will take the kingdom as their prize. So if Menelaus wins, Menelaus takes Helen and takes Troy as their prize. If Paris wins, Paris takes Helen, and then the army of Agamemnon should leave Troy. When Menelaus was about to kill Paris, Aphrodite, the goddess, spirits or takes or lifts, flies Paris away from Menelaus, preventing Menelaus to kill Paris. Okay, and then after this particular instance, we're going to go back to this photo later on. Because Achilles refuses to fight, his childhood friend Patroclus takes and uses his armor, making the warriors of Achilles think that it was actually him who was wearing the armor. So because of the dispute between Agamemnon and Achilles, Achilles still refuses to fight in the war or in the Trojan War. And because Patroclus was eager to fight in the war, he took the armor of Achilles, the helmet of Achilles, and because of this, he was not recognized by the warriors and followed Patroclus, who was portraying Achilles in the war and charged in the middle of the war. Patroclus meets Hector in the battlefield and kills what Hector thinks is Achilles. So Hector thought he was able to kill Achilles, but when he lifted the helmet of Achilles, he found out that this was not Achilles, but instead Patroclus. And this particular news reached the presence of Achilles. The body of Patroclus was presented to Achilles. Achilles, enraged, challenged Hector at the doors of the wall of Troy. And because of this, Achilles was able to kill Hector. Achilles violates the body of Hector, and parades it around the wall of Troy while everyone was watching. So this is the photo that we are using here, wherein this particular character is portrayed by Achilles, and this one is the character Hector. And the body of Hector was tied to a chariot and was paraded around the wall of Troy, where everyone was able to see the body being dragged by the chariot. And with this, together with the viewers, was the father of Hector. Okay? Priam secretly goes to Achilles in the night in their campsite and begs for the body of his son Hector. Achilles was moved by the courage of King Priam and agrees and releases the body of Hector to his father, King Priam. Hector was given a proper burial. And with this ends the first part of the epic poem, the Iliad and the Odyssey. So I hope you were able to pick up some of the discussions that we have presented here, the sequence of events, the facts, and use them during your requirements, especially during your exam. So again, thank you very much everyone for listening, and I hope I see you again in our next video discussion. Goodbye, thank you, stay safe, and God bless.